Hello everyone, this is Afri Design Studios and I am Frank below. In today's video we shall be looking at how to create the site plan in your Revit. How do you use your Revit software to create a site plan? As you can see on the screen right now, we have a site plan that has already been prepared using the Revit software. And the work you see on the screen belongs to a very good friend of mine by name Architect Vincent Ezenduka. It is always in my tradition to always acknowledge the people whom I'm using their intellectual properties for my videos. And that is what I've just done. With that out of the way, I shall be looking directly on how to create your site plan. But for us to do that, we have to dive directly into Revit. So, can you come along with me? So this is Revit. We are in Revit already. And as you can see, this is the natural ground level. When I had not learned the method I'm using right now, I normally create my site plan on my natural ground level, but this is very wrong for so many reasons. One of the reasons why I don't use my natural ground level or any of my plan views at all to create my site plan is because of or change so many things in your elevation positioning. For that reason, I always avoid that and I run straight to drafting view where I have no connection or relationship with my floor plans. So how do I do that? How do you create your drafting view? To create your drafting view, you come here at the tab section. You can see the view tab here. Click on the view tab, then it's going to bring these ribbons for you. You look at this point, you will see the drafting view. Click on the drafting view, then it's going to bring out this dialog box. In this dialog box, you are going to change the name and give the drafting So I'm going to put the access road. I'm going to offset this. I'm going to copy this out a bit for that. So I have this, and I'm going to also copy it out again to have something like this. So this is my access road. I'm going to extend it, extend this, make sure it is straight. Okay, I also extend this. I also extend this. So I'm going to leave it at this point. So with this, you can also put every other component, every other necessary thing you need to put here on your site, which I believe by now you know how to do them. So, but this is not what we are going to do for today. But let me just label this a bit. Let me call this is too big. This is too big, so I'm going to reduce it. So I'm going to reduce this. To reduce this, I'm going to come here, click on edit type, okay, then I click on duplicate, then I may call this 0.5, okay, 0 0.5, 0 0.5, I click OK. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to come here again, text size, make this 0 0.5 again, 0 0.5, okay. Haven't done that, I'm going to click OK now. Then I to end that. So I'm going to tilt this or rotate so it can be in alignment with the road. So it can be in alignment with the road. So I click on modify again. So this is it. Propose building, access road, and before you start putting every other thing that you need to put on your site. So the essence of me doing this is to show you that you can do whatever you want to do on your site right here without going to your AutoCAD. So I'm going to delete this to bring in my AutoCAD file. So I click here, I highlight it and delete. I still have my plain sheets or plain view. So I'm going to go to AutoCAD, but how do I do that? I go to insert, click on insert. From insert, I'm going to click on link card. Then after clicking on link card, then I should be able to know where the AutoCAD file is located. So this one is located in the desktop. I'm going to click on desktop. Then what's the name of the AutoCAD file? The AutoCAD file is site plan. I click on site plan here. Then I'm going to leave everything here, colors, preserve, layers and levels all, and everything that is here I'm going to leave all of them as they are, except for the positioning. I'm going to come here to the positioning and select manual center. Manual center, I think that would be okay. Manual center. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to click on open and wait for it to load to bring it in. So as it is loading, although you're going to give it few moments for it to load, okay, we are there. So this is the site, but there is a mistake I made here. I shouldn't have brought it in with the title block. I should have brought in only the site. You don't need to bring in everything, okay? You don't need it at all. But it is not too bad because you can still delete this when you have finished drawing your site on Revit. You can delete all of this. So I click here. Once you click, it will place it on the view. So as he has placed it on the view, what I'm going to do next because this is very simple. I'm not going to stress myself with this. What I'm going to do now is this. I'm going to go to annotate. Once I go to annotate, I'm going to click on detail line. Once I click on detail line, I'm going to come here, pick lines. Okay, I click on pick lines. What I'm going to be doing now is wherever there is a line, I'm just going to click on it, and that line will be produced or um, created on your Revit environment. So I click on this. So I'm not creating them now on my Revit. Okay, so I'm creating them, so you can do this as fast as you can, as fast as you can. I think I'm done with all the boundary lines. So you can see our building. This is our building. So I'm going to be clicking on all of them, all the lines. When you are done with that, you can delete the AutoCAD file. You can delete it when you are done reproducing. Stress yourself much. So I am sorry, I wouldn't need to do all of this for now. Yes, because of time. I wouldn't want to do all of this for now because of time. So I want to teach you some other things that you may need to do in your site plan, like creating of this text. I've already shown you a brief how to create a text when I went to text there. So, but what happens when you want to bring in something like trees like this? Because when you want to delete this AutoCAD file, all of these trees are going to go away, including the car. So this car that I brought here, I did it for a reason. You are going to go to AutoCAD wherever you have these objects and load them individually. When you load them individually, you can now export sites, but time will not permit me. So I have to do this one too, because this is also important for what I want to do. This is also important. Okay. So because I want to delete the AutoCAD file, I want to delete it. But I don't want to see all these things that I have here. Or better still, I can hide it. If you don't want to delete it, you can let's continue. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to still continue with this. Okay, let me, what is happening? This is supposed to hide. This is supposed to be highlighted. This is just strange. Okay, since it's not highlighting, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try deleting it directly to see what happens. I want to delete this. Okay, I've seen what I'm looking for. Okay, look at it. Once you get it, you can see it is highlighted now. Then you click on it as it is highlighted, then right click, then go to hide in view and select elements. So what I brought in is hidden. So but because I have not reproduced all of the lines, that is why you can see this looking like this. So it is advised that you reproduce all the lines first before you can delete or hide. Okay, before you can delete or hide. Having said that, you can see the ones I've been able to do. So with this, I'm going to unhide it and complete the drawing, because I can see that I have to finish up the whole thing. I have to finish up the whole thing. So what I'm going to do now is this. I come here to this electric bulb, click on the electric bulb, and I'm going to select it and on hide again. So I come here again to the electric bulb and click on the electric bulb. So let's just have some patience and finish everything. I wouldn't have loved to do this. I wouldn't have loved to do this because of time. So, but I've got no option. I've got no option than to do this. Okay, I think this one has already been completed. So I have to, okay, these ones are already completed. These ones are completed. So what I'm going to do now is this. I don't know if I've done this. So let me do this building. Okay, let me do this building. Let me do this building, because I don't like my videos to be too long. When a video is too long, I don't like it. So what I'm going to do is, maybe once I finish creating this building, I may teach you other things. For example, how to bring in elements like tree or car or every other thing that you need to this building. So let me do this. I'm going to do this. Do this. Do this. Do this. I'm going to do this as well. So once I'm done with this, the next thing I have to do is to just go straight to AutoCAD where I have my tree and where I have my car, and begin to bring them inside of this very Revit environment. Okay, I think I am done with this right now. Can we just go to AutoCAD to bring the cars and the trees? How do we do that? To do that, we are going to go to AutoCAD. So I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to open my AutoCAD. Where is that very site? Okay, here is it. I don't click on it to open my AutoCAD. All I want to show you now is how to import individually some elements from an AutoCAD file that has so many drawings or so many elements. For some of us architects, we can draw so many drawings on this AutoCAD, so you cannot export everything to Revit. So you have to isolate. So for example, this is a tree and this is a car and this is a smaller tree. I want to take this my car to Revit. What do I do? How do I isolate this alone? Although this is not a very big deal, but so many architects do not know about this. So what I'm going to do is this. I want to isolate this, assuming you have like so many drawings on this AutoCAD file. What I'm going to do is this: highlight on this very object you want to export. When you highlight, you click. The next thing you're going to do is to type W on your keyboard. W. Once you have typed W, the next thing you do again is to press enter. When you press enter, this is going to appear. You're now going to direct it where you want it to be saved. So I click on this radio button here. You can also call it the ellipsis. Click on this radio button, then click on desktop, assuming that is where you want to save it. Once I click on desktop, I'm going to now come to file name and give it a name. What name should I give it? I'm going to give it car. I give it car. I don't know if I have any other car in this my desktop, so I have to give it car 1 to differentiate it. So I'm going to click save. I'm going to click save to save it. Then I'm going to come here again and click OK. So I've clicked OK. So if I go back to my desktop, I'm going to see it. This is car. It is now on its own. Okay, it is now on its own. I'm also going to isolate another object, which is I'm going to go back to AutoCAD again. Once I go to AutoCAD, I want to isolate the tree. Then I highlight the tree and type W and press enter. Then it's going to bring this. I'm going to go to the radio button and click here and click on, okay, this is still on desktop. I'm going to type tree 1, okay. Then I come here and I click save. Then if you like, although it is important, come to the insert unit. You can also put it to whatever unit you want it to be, depending on what you are using. So I normally leave it at millimeters. So click OK. Once you click OK, it has already saved. So I'm going to come to the next one, which is the last one. Highlight, type W, press enter, go to radio button, select desktop and give it a name, tree 2. Then I click save. Once I click save, I come here and first and foremost check the unit if it is what you want. Then I click OK. Once I've done that, I can now close this very AutoCAD file. I click on close. So I've closed that. I'll go back to my Revit. But before I go back to Revit, I'm going to set some things. I want to set the drawing limits of those objects. If not, when you import them here, it's going to give you wrong something. It's going to give you wrong value. So I'm going to minimize this. Go here, car. Go to car. Give me some time to load. So you can see our car here. Because the drawing limit is not set. The drawing limit is not set. Okay, so I have to set the drawing limit. So I go to Format, go to Drawing Limits. Okay, it is already at 00. Type enter, press enter, then one. I can just type 100,000, comma 100,000. I press enter. Then the next thing is zoom. I tap Z, press enter. Type A, press enter. Then my limit is set now. My drawing limit is set. I can close this now for my car. Say yes. Then I close that very place. Then I go back to Revit. Once I go back to Revit, it is time for me to bring in this very car. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is this. I go to Insert again. For me to go to Insert, I click here. Then I click on Link Card. Then I'm going to go to Desktop. It's already at Desktop, and I search for car. You can see car 1 here. Then I click on that car 1. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to come here, because it is already, the positioning is already at manual center. I click open. So you can see my car in my cursor, you see. So I can bring it here and place it here. I was able to get it correct, get the dimensioning correct, because I was able to set the drawing limits. Always take note of that. Always set the drawing limits of the car once it has been isolated. If not, you will find it funny. The dimension will not be proportional. It will be out of proportion. So for it to be in proportion, at least I believe you already know how to set drawing limits. Drop it here. Then I can use my arrow keys on my keyboard to adjust it. So this is it. You can copy this into the various spaces you have here, just like we have in this very site plan. You can see the way the cars are arranged. They were rotated before. You have to rotate them before you can place them like this. So I want to bring also the trees. You can just take a look at this site plan. You can also see the icon for the true knots here. So you can also import this in. For the text here, you can use the normal text in Revit to put the text. All of this text you see here, you can use the normal text in Revit to put them. Then the lines, you have detail line, you can use detail line to draw all of this. Okay, so let's go back to our own design. So the next thing you have to do, okay, let me just copy this to one other place to show you how that it is possible to copy it actually. So let me bring this one here and place this here. So we have our two cars in the drawing. So if I should highlight this and delete, you can see that these very trees you see along here will all go, including this one. So but you can see as it is highlighted, this car is not highlighted, but this very car is highlighted because this one was imported individually. So you have to also Okay, you can see it. This particular tree is supposed to be the same size with this very one, but you can see because we did not set the drawing limit, it is smaller than this very one. It is smaller. They are supposed to be the same size. So that is why you are advised to set the drawing limit. I may not go to the extent of setting the drawing limit again. Here you can use text. How do you do that? Go to annotate, click on annotate, click on text here. You know how to use text. You can write your text, write up, you can put it here. Okay, everything that is here, you know how to do it. Okay, how to write a text, you know how to write a text, how to import your tree and your car and every other furniture you want to import, you already know how to do that. Then this one is already here. If you delete this, now this will go. You can also use the normal text in Revit to write proposed DQ here, because once you delete the AutoCAD, this will go. So use normal Revit text to write this. Also use normal Revit text. Then the next thing we have to do is our what's it called again? The How is it done again? How is it done? How is it done? How is it done? How is it done? I'm going to create I'm going to create a line type for this, because if you go to annotate and go to detail line, you will discover, when you go to detail line, you will discover that that kind of line type is not there. You don't have it there. Let's bring it out to see first. So if you go to the detail line, if you click on this arrow, you will see the various types of lines we have. We have beyond, you have center line, demolished, hidden, overhead, and so on and so forth. So if you click on any of them, none of them looks like this. None of them looks like this. And the thickness again. So you have to create your own. So I go to Revit again. How do you create an additional line type? What you do is this: you go to, I think, manage, click on manage. Okay, once you click on manage, you go to, what is it called again? um, Additional settings. Click on this additional settings. It's going to bring out this for you. The next thing you do is go to line styles. Is it, or line pattern? Line style. Okay, click on line style. It's going to bring out this for you. Click on this very icon, this plus sign. Click on the plus sign. You see that there are so many kinds of lines here. You can select any one of them. So under this place is the category of lines. You can see the projection, the line weight. You are going to give it the thickness here. Then the line color, the color the line is going to come with is going to be here. The line pattern. This is solid, this is solid, this is solid, this is demolished, this is dashed line, this is solid line. We have dashed line already, but this is not the kind of dashed line I want. So I have to create my own line type. So I'm going to come here, new, click on new. Then I'm going to give it a name. Let me call it site boundary. That's the name of my site. So after giving it a name, I'm going to click OK. Then you can see it now, it has appeared here, site boundary. I'm going to give it thickness. What should be the thickness of my site? I click on this space, then click on this arrow. Then I'm going to, I want it to be thick. So let's make it 8. Then what is going to be the color of that line? I want it to be, let me make it green or thereabout, green. So I click on this place, okay, green, thick green. Or do I make it this color? Okay, because of time, let me give it this color, this, and make it thicker. I bring it down to this thick color. Then I come here and click OK. What's the next thing to do? So line pattern, this is where I'm going to select type of dash line. So I click on this line pattern, click on this arrow. Then I draw it somewhere here. You can see it. Then I press escape twice. This is the line. What am I going to do now? I'm going to go to modify and select match properties here. Match properties, click on match properties and click on this line and click here and click here and click here and click here to match the properties. I'm trying to match the property now. Okay, you can see how thick and the line type we have now. So with this, you can create your own site plan and make it as architectural as possible, as graphically appealing as possible. Okay, I'm not going to go into detail because it's going to take so much time. I've already spent so much time on this video already. So I'm going to press escape to end this and delete all this. Delete this one, delete all this, and you can now highlight this very one and click here and delete. You can see what we have now. Some of the information have been deleted, which we have not already put. So you are going to take your time and begin to put them, because you know how to put dimension now, how to import scar, how to write a text, okay, how to import trees like this, and how to do so many other things, okay. So but to do text again, let me go to text for avoidance of doubts. So I'm going to come here to increase this, click on this and select maybe 3.5 and click here and write proposed building. Then I click on modify to end it. So that is about that. So you can do better than what you have on this screen, because I couldn't do it because of time. So thank you for watching this video. Once again, thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel and for inviting your friends to this very YouTube channel. Thank you once again, and remain super fantastic and fabulous. Thank you. Bye.